So, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the latest in Bethany Arts Artist in Residence Talks. My name is Abigail Lewis. I'm the Executive Director here at Bethany Arts, and we are very happy to have you join us on what is an absolutely spectacular day today. So thank you for being here. Today, I am very pleased to have our current artist in residence, Oluwadamilare Ayorinde, who is a choreographer who is here with us for the week, along with interdisciplinary artist Erin Lewis. So we are very pleased to have both of them with us at this time. So while in residence, Dare is beginning really a new process of exploring themes of intimacy, which, while it didn't come out of the COVID pandemic and the feelings of isolation and quarantining that we are currently going through, it really means more, or perhaps has even deeper meaning at this particular moment of time. Dare is a freelance performing artist who's worked with the likes of Colleen Thomas, Bill Young, Netta Urashalmi, Susan Marshall, the Trisha Brown Dance Company, Kyle Marshall, and many others. Dare was the 2019 Dance on the Lawn's 5th emerging choreographer and a Shea Bushwick resident. Last year, he was a New Jersey State Council on the Arts Fellow. He was also named the top 25 to watch in Dance Magazine and nominated for Outstanding Performer by the Bessie Committee. This is Dare's second time in residence at Bethany Arts Community. He was first here, and his first time actually focusing, on his own work. While Dare and Erin have just arrived and just begun to do their work in this new space, we will ask Dare today to share a little bit of video from earlier work of his, just so that we all get a little bit more of a sense of who Dare is and the types of work he does. So with that, Dare, Erin, let me turn it over to you.
Thank you, Abby, for the nice introduction. And let us know if we can be heard or anything like this would be helpful.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Thank you. So hello, as Abigail has introduced me, my name is Oluwadamilare Ayorinde. I go by Dare for short. I'm from Teaneck, New Jersey. That's where I spent most of my childhood. My parents are Nigerian. I live in Brooklyn. I live in Brooklyn on the Lapping Land, and most formerly known as Lapping Land, and now it's Crown Heights. I'm laughing because I'm just moving, so it's very new territory. And yeah, the move will solidify post our time here. And what else do I want to say about myself? Yeah, as Bonnie was saying, I'm a freelance dance artist. I do other things. Dance is the main way that my art makes me income. And I also want to uplift other people who I work with, and that's Kayla Farish and Stephanie Battenbland. Those are other artists who I work with often, and that they film me. What else would I like you to know about me in this moment? Oh yes, I would like you to know that in this moment I feel very sensitive, and I feel very sensitive to being seen. So I'm just asking for a bit of leniency in the way that you're seeing me or hearing me or feeling me, because I'm feeling that. I want to uplift that I'm here, and I mean here in Bethany, but when I said that initial here, I meant like here, like alive and with my friends, and yeah. During the month of February, Black History Month, and I just want to uplift every single Black person because we deserve it. And I also want to uplift that this is, Black History Month, but also Black Futurist Month, because, we're also celebrating the ways that we will move into the future. Um, I like when people do this on Zoom. I'm, a 5'8", Black Nigerian, man. I use he, him, they, them, we, our pronouns. My hair is in twist, whatever's going on here. I got a red necktie. I got a blue long sleeve shirt, and I'll let Aaron introduce himself.
Hello, my name is Aaron Lewis. I am a 25-year-old Black queer, interdisciplinary artist. I had just recently graduated from Mason Grove School of the Arts last year. So this year, post-graduation has been full quarantine, and definitely informs the futurism of Blackness and creating and gentleness as we are moving inside, through, and with a really wild and shifting time. And I think Daria and I have been in conversation. Actually, I haven't seen Daria in a year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Daria in a year. The last time I saw Daria was at BAM last year when they performed with. Yeah, it's been some time. So I think, just exploring, these avenues of newness, and for paving a way for ourselves and our voices and other Black artists, a lot of other Black queer makers, just Black people in general, and just trying to find paths of healing through this time, because it's shifted. Yeah, it's shifted everything. And I think we are in our early process of trying to figure out what those shifts are, how to move with them, and how to make them sustainable and constant, and like cement them into a quote normality. And I really hate that word. I am wearing a yellow earring with 3 balls and another earring with 2 circles, a yellow hat. My nails are so many colors because I am so many different facets and all the things. I'm wearing black layered with a red turtleneck and an orange shirt. My pants are green. And I am here. We are here.
We're here. Yes. And so before I show, actually I'll wait on that. So now I'm gonna show a video of a work that word work really just bugs me sometimes, but I'm gonna show a video of something that I did with my friend Sienna. It's called Patient Not Here. It's a video, and she came to me at the time. She was one of 3 directors of a company called AY Dancers, and they were working through New York, based in New York City and also Beacon. And she approached me to, either make a duet or solo on her. And as I said in the beginning of this, I told her that I was feeling very sensitive to being seen. And luckily for me, Sienna's fantastic, and it just opened up conversations instead of discomfort. So we came up with something, and I'll share that with y'all as a way to, see another facet of myself. So I'm gonna share my screen, and I'm sharing. There we go. Abby, can we see?
I can see. Have you?
I haven't pressed play yet.
Okay. I think I'll be able to see it.
Great.
Desiree, can you unmute? I think it stopped the sound.
Exposed. Great. So, okay. Oh, I see. There we go. So that was the last third of three parts of the experimental screen dance situation that we did together. That's me and Sienna, and we're in Beacon, and we're playing with shadow. I was feeling like my shadow self needs maybe a little bit more light than maybe my outside self did. So that came to be. It was filmed on my good friend Bria Bacon. She's also an interdisciplinary artist. She let me use her camera. It's a Samsung point and shoot from like 2005, and that was also like a huge collaborator. So I want to just uplift that too, my friend. Yeah, that's that. And I'm just gonna talk to you about where I'm at right now, and I'm gonna orient myself towards my process, maybe more so. I'm in the process of making an evening link work, and let's get down to the on state. And I have no idea how that's gonna happen because the pandemic has and the quarantine and all that has encompassed this time has just challenged my ideas of productivity and work and making, and So yeah, I have to somehow find a way to be really productive. And so I'm using this opportunity here at Bethany and just opportunity of like time and life and space to, you know, invite other avenues of working so that I don't have to feel like I'm regressing into older patterns or older systems or older habits to complete. And when I'm in a process, I'm always thinking about the two parts. There's like the content of the thing to be made, but then there's also the way that you're making and the ethics of your working and the relationships that are being built as it's working. And those to me are equally as important. If not, to be honest, this maybe more. Yeah. This probably more. The friendships I get to build and work upon the intimacy that gets to happen in the process is really important for me. So all that being said, to say that, you know, now I'm here at Bethany and I'm using with Aaron, and we're using this opportunity to, you know, yesterday we were talking and I had said like sit with, and Aaron had said be with, and it's true. We were using this opportunity to be with ourselves and be with each other and be with our ideas and be with our thoughts as a extremely extremely important aspect of working, of producing, the part that allows you to not ignore yourself. So that's kind of where we're at in this process. So we just got here yesterday, and I'm also dancing a lot in the studio with Nick Owens. He's just not here, but that's okay because it doesn't always, you know, it's not always about that. He has other things to do at the time, but yeah, I just wanted to bring his name up. I can't remember what I was really saying, but I also wanted to mention that a big part of my excitement of being here with Aaron is that me and Aaron, we have a relationship where our moving together and our being creative together is not tied to presentation. And it's something that really I love. It's something I really love about our relationship. When I asked Aaron to come, it wasn't really necessary. Like I didn't ask Aaron to come to help me like facilitate my process to help me reach production. I asked Aaron to come because I missed our time of moving and being together as friends and as dancers, and those things feed me, and also, you know, caring and giving it to Aaron feeds me, and me being fed will support me doing work in the future. Not to say that the feeding is only for that, but to say that I'm inviting more aspects of my life, and this aspect of my life.
I think the time together. I remember last we were in the studio was before you got into BAM, and we were just spending time. This is back when you were making something prior, and you know, we always came into the studio in the space with questions and curiosities, but also the deep desire to just be with, like, you know, because I think as we think about this time, as we think about making inside of a pandemic, after whatever that word means, of what are we going against? And I think like we're always going against vigor and cause that aren't ours to control. And I think when we are I know when we are in space together, there is a settling, there is an attention to breath, and like self, self, you know, and to be with is such a words, right, and what they mean, but I think in practice, being with Dare and Dare being with me in space, we feel that. We feel the intentionality, and the feeding isn't like a leeching, as in like, oh, I need this from you because you give this to me. It's more of a reminder of like, oh, this is important because, yeah, I think we want things to change. Yeah, and for that to be actual, we have to remind ourselves, we have to remind our communities, our friends, our loved ones, ourselves, that working in this way, making in this way, thinking in this way, it feeds, it is healing, it is important, and it's not always it's not always presented forward. It's this and the product and all these ways of working and getting to be with each other are just, they come with the land, they come with the process. And sometimes that always gets muddled. And and I think when we do, I know when we do come together, it is that dream. It is that reminder of, oh, this can be, because it is. We are right now. And not seeing Dare for a year has been wild. And it definitely takes reorienting. Yes. It takes a lot of reorienting, because the bodies and the beings are not the same.
Not the same.
They are not the same. And if we ask that of each other, if we ask that of other folks, other community members, or a field in which we navigate, with the expectations of, oh, well, this is the same. These ways of working are the same. These ideas are the same. These bodies are the same. That would be a real disservice to the time that this has been. And I think in these past 2 days here at Bethany, we have been sitting with these questions, laughing with them, and being in deep thought of how to make them actual. And yeah, it's hard. it's playing with them, and welcoming the playfulness. We were just speaking about yesterday of the childlike beings that live inside of us. And where is there room for that? Where is there room for that to be playful and to make and to be in process and be playful, to be in conversation and to be in thought with playfulness. What is playfulness? Playfulness is rejecting expectations.
It's dynamic.
It's dynamic.
So dynamic, and I'm so happy that you brought up what you're saying, because when I'm thinking about playfulness, first I'm fun, and then I'm curiosity, and then I'm irresponsibility and stubbornness, and then I'm allowance and failure, and I think about, and it's and I was talking about how there's the content and the thing, but then there's also just there's the content, and this is the content that I'm going to use to help me produce a thing. And then there is this bubble where there are people are invited to come together to create something, and this is the way that we're experiencing our likeness in this moment. I think about them, and obviously they're in tandem, but I do often sometimes will think about them differently. And I try to apply playfulness